Hello again. I'm just going to finish the gun detail inside the crew compartment, and I'm literally thinking about whether to go with just straight black, with a tar black, or with a steel color for the gunner position. What I might do is try the steel because this is unopened. So what I do is shake them, and as ever I prefer Revell Aqua Color. And what I'm going to do now is let that settle while I just cut this open. If you're ever doing this yourself, please, if you're a child, get an adult to help. If you're an adult, get a child to help, but don't mess about with knives. So I can now get it open, and in typical fashion, I've lost the safety cap for my knife, so I will put it well out the way. Never muck about with knives. So this is metallic steel. It may be too metallic. Yeah, that's going to be too metallic. It's an interesting addition to my paint set, but it's just too metallic. What I'm going to do is go for standard black. While I'm here, I have got some Revell Aqua Color mix. You can just do this with water. Just going to add a few blocks. I'll stir that in a second. But right now, I just need a touch of it. Now I'm going to go with this is a Humbrol Zero. First of all, I'm just picking up just enough to wet the end of the brush. This was the masking for the plasto that's below. So I'm just going to very carefully do the upper side and the aiming reticle. I'm going to have to lean down here and have a look carefully. And the same on this side. Now, what I generally recommend is actually you pick up the model and you move it around the brush. Okay, I'm going to go onto this underside here. So that's the mount touched on the left side of the barrel. I'm going to go for the underside of the barrel too. Never overreach when you're brush painting. Let gravity and the brush do its work for you. So I have touched the bottle there. I touched, but I don't need to worry because that is part of the model that I'll paint the outside of. I'm just going to go into this is an awkward angle to film for you, but I'm going to the underside of the mount, inside there. Okay, so the front half of the gun is black. You can see the rear half is still plastic grey. That rear half I'm going to touch with some brown because I know that there's a cheek pad either side, and then I'm going to let it dry. When it's dried, I'm going to dry the dry brush with the steel. That's all the black was needed for, so that can go into the clean pot, and this black can have a shake with that little bit of thinner I put in there just to help it stay active. So I've got the brown, I've got leather brown. This is also a new pot, so we'll just open that as well. So just again, why Aqua Color? Why Revell Aqua Color? Well, compared to Humbrol enamels, they don't smell. There's just no smell to these whatsoever. And compared to generally any enamel of any brand, these just don't smell, and compared to other acrylics, they go on so well. It's actually so runny, I can't tell that it needs a good stir. So this is sat for quite a while somewhere. So we want to touch this, transfer a touch into the lid while I'm at it. There we go. I'm just taking the excess off, and we will go in here. This is a zero brush with a detail handle. So I'm just going to go down the left, down the right, up the rear. So for now, that's the gun prepped. I'm also going to just lift this and just get the I can't reach it, but I was going to get the pilot's the actual handle of the aircraft with a touch of this, like that. No one will ever see those details, but I know they're there. And clean the brush. The brush is clean. That's the leather brown. And let's just check up on the plasto. What I'm going to do is just check it at the rear. Check it here. So I'm going to take the excess off with just the sharp side of a craft knife. Just like that. And I'm going to get the fine piece of sandpaper, and I'm going to run it. Makes it hold the model a bit better than I was. So I'm just going to let it sit in the palm of my hand. There's no pressure here. I've just folded this over. We're just going to run it. I'm not putting any pressure on here. I just want the sandpaper to do the work. This is the 1200 grit that we cut off the pack in the last episode. So I'll spin it over. And while I'm doing it in this direction, because the flakes were likely to go towards the wet gun, I'll blow. It looks to me like we're getting there. Okay, I'm going to just refold it another ½ centimetre along and carry on. Now I'm going to swap to the other wing. I'm going to fold at the other end just for this. So we're doing the same motion. I'm actually not going to do the body that much on this side. Okay, do the wheel. I'm doing it forward and backwards because I've got sandpaper either side, so I know I'm not going to do too much damage to any detail doing it this way. You just need to score this panel line in a bit better, but not so much that it defines and overwhelms the rear. You can hopefully just see now. It's a bit blurry, sorry about the camera, but I've now just scored it in. So I just rolled. You can definitely see it from this angle. So I've rolled that back in place, but it's half, if not less, the width it was. And we can hopefully see here, you just make out the grey line here, where it is grey now, not black, where it's been filled. Underside. Well, this is a bit of a mess, so let's hold that. The front piece here, I need to come back and fill this seam better. This whole area needs flattening out some, but I need to protect these holes. I need these two holes here. So you can see these are actually positioned for attaching bomb release stuff, but these two holes I don't need. They're optional items, I believe. Oh. I'm now wrapping the sandpaper over my finger. And I'm going to score the line again. Just like that. Now this has left sticky residue. So see if I can run you can. So you can definitely see now, put it here, you can see the lighter line. So we've got the dark body, the dark wing. You can see a line here. This was a dark black line, but we've kept most of the rivets. What I want to do later is just follow that along, gently take the paint out the rivets. That's it for now. I'll leave that. We'll clean up the front later. That's the last of the time I have right now. I'll see you all soon.